What if I told you there's one thing that can lower your blood sugar faster than anything else? No pills, no expensive treatments, just a simple method backed by science. But here's the catch. Most people don't know about it, and they're stuck battling high blood sugar every single day. High blood sugar is no joke. It makes you tired, cranky, and hungry all the time. Worse, it silently damages your body, leading to weight gain, diabetes, and even heart problems. If you've been struggling with energy crashes or cravings after meals, this could be why. But here's the good news. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it. You'll discover a powerful technique that works faster than any diet, supplement, or exercise. And I'll explain step by step how you can start using it today. Stay tuned because this one tip could change everything for you. Blood sugar might sound like a complicated term, but it's actually very simple. It's just the glucose, or sugar, in your blood that acts as fuel for your body. Think of it like gas in a car. Your cells need this fuel to function properly, whether it's your brain thinking clearly, your muscles moving, or your heart beating steadily. But here's the thing. Too much of this fuel can cause serious problems. When you eat food, especially carbohydrates, your body breaks it down into glucose and releases it into your bloodstream. In response, your pancreas produces insulin, which is like a key that unlocks your cells so they can absorb the glucose and use it for energy. Sounds straightforward, right? Well, the problem starts when there's too much glucose in your blood regularly. Over time, your cells stop responding to insulin as well as they should, a condition called insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is like a domino effect. When your cells don't respond to insulin, the excess glucose stays in your bloodstream instead of being used or stored properly. This leads to chronically high blood sugar levels, which can wreak havoc on your body. For starters, it makes you gain weight because your body converts the extra glucose into fat. Ever notice those stubborn cravings for sweets or carbs? That's partly due to high blood sugar messing with your hormones. But the damage doesn't stop there. High blood sugar also increases your risk of serious health issues. It damages your blood vessels over time, raising your chances of heart disease and stroke. It can harm your nerves, leading to pain or numbness in your hands and feet, a condition known as neuropathy. And if left unchecked, it can progress to type 2 diabetes, a lifelong condition that requires constant management. Now, you might be wondering why this matters to you right now. Maybe you feel fine, or maybe you think these risks are far off in the future. But here's the truth. High blood sugar doesn't always announce itself with obvious symptoms at first. You might not realize it's silently affecting your energy levels, mood, or even your ability to focus. By the time you notice, something's wrong. The damage could already be done. The good news is that you're not powerless against high blood sugar. There are ways to bring it back under control, and quickly. What if I told you there's a method so powerful that it lowers blood sugar faster than almost anything else out there? A method so effective that it not only stabilizes your glucose levels, but also helps reset your metabolism and kickstart fat burning? Before we get into what that method is, let me make one thing clear. This isn't some flashy trend or untested hack. It's based on science and trusted by experts who specialize in metabolic health, people like Dr. Berg, whose work has helped thousands take charge of their blood sugar naturally. So if you're ready to learn how to lower your blood sugar quickly and safely, stick around. Now, let's dive into the solution that can change everything. So, what is this powerful solution that lowers blood sugar faster than anything else? It's called dry fasting. Now, before you jump to conclusions or feel overwhelmed, let me explain exactly what it is and why it works so effectively. Dry fasting is when you don't eat or drink anything for a set period of time. That's right, no food, no water, nothing. At first glance, it might sound extreme, but trust me, the science behind it is fascinating, and the results speak for themselves. Here's how it works. During a dry fast, your body enters a state of mild dehydration. And while that might sound alarming at first, this mild dehydration actually triggers some incredible processes in your body. You see, when there's no water coming in, your body has to rely on its internal reserves to keep functioning. One of the first things it does is break down stored glucose, glycogen, from your liver and muscles to maintain energy levels. This process happens much faster during dry fasting than during water fasting because the lack of water creates an added stress signal for your body, forcing it to act quickly. But that's not all. Dry fasting also boosts the production of two key hormones, growth hormone and ketones. Growth hormone is often referred to as the fountain of youth hormone because it helps repair tissues, build muscle, and burn fat. During a dry fast, your body ramps up growth hormone production significantly, which accelerates fat burning and helps stabilize blood sugar levels. At the same time, your body starts producing ketones, which are molecules made from fat that serve as an alternative fuel source for your brain and muscles. This shift into ketosis further reduces your reliance on glucose, helping lower blood sugar even faster. Another major benefit of dry fasting is its impact on insulin levels. Insulin is the hormone responsible for shuttling glucose into your cells. When you have chronically high blood sugar, your body produces more and more insulin to try to keep up. Over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, where your cells stop responding properly to insulin. Dry fasting gives your pancreas a break by drastically reducing insulin production. With lower insulin levels, your body becomes more sensitive to it again, reversing insulin resistance and improving overall metabolic health. Now, I know what you're thinking. Does this really work better than other methods like water fasting or intermittent fasting? The answer is yes, and here's why. Studies have shown that dry fasting improves metabolic health faster than water fasting because of the added stress factor caused by dehydration. This stress forces your body to adapt quickly, activating survival mechanisms that burn through stored glucose and fat at an accelerated rate. In fact, many people report feeling lighter, sharper, and more energetic after just one short dry fast. But don't just take my word for it. Experts like Dr. Berg, who specializes in metabolic health, have been advocating for dry fasting as a safe and effective way to reset your body. His research and clinical experience show that dry fasting not only lowers blood sugar, but also improves insulin sensitivity, reduces inflammation, and promotes autophagy, a process where your body cleans out damaged cells and regenerates new ones. These benefits make dry fasting a game changer for anyone struggling with high blood sugar or metabolic issues. Of course, it's important to note that dry fasting isn't something you should jump into blindly. It requires careful planning and preparation, especially if you're new to fasting. We'll talk about how to do it safely later in this video. But for now, I want you to focus on the potential of this method. Imagine waking up tomorrow with lower blood sugar, reduced cravings, and a metabolism that's firing on all cylinders. That's the power of dry fasting. Before we move on, ask yourself this: could dry fasting be the missing piece in your journey toward better health? If you've tried everything else and still struggle with high blood sugar, this might be the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Stick around, because next, I'm going to walk you through exactly how dry fasting works step by step, and how you can use it safely to transform your health. Now that you understand what dry fasting is and why it's so effective, let's break down exactly how it lowers blood sugar faster than almost any other method. To really grasp this, we need to dive into the step-by-step process your body goes through during a dry fast. Don't worry, I'll keep it simple and easy to follow, so you can see exactly why this works like magic. When you start a dry fast, the first thing your body notices is the lack of water. This mild dehydration sends a signal to your brain that something is different. Your body doesn't panic. It's designed to handle short periods without food or water, but it does kick into survival mode. One of the first things it does is release certain hormones to help manage the situation. Two of these hormones are glucagon and growth hormone, and they play a key role in lowering blood sugar. Let's talk about glucagon first. Glucagon is often called the opposite of insulin because it raises blood sugar instead of lowering it. But here's the catch. During a dry fast, glucagon doesn't just raise blood sugar randomly. Instead, it tells your liver to break down glycogen, the stored form of glucose, and release it into your bloodstream. Why does this matter? Because glycogen is essentially excess sugar that your body has been holding on to. By breaking it down and using it up, your body clears out those reserves, which helps stabilize your blood sugar levels. At the same time, growth hormone comes into play. Growth hormone is like a superhero for your metabolism. It not only helps repair tissues and build muscle, but also boosts fat burning. During a dry fast, your body produces more growth hormone than usual, which speeds up the process of burning stored fat for energy. This shift is crucial because it means your body starts relying less on glucose and more on fat as its primary fuel source. And when your body burns fat, it produces ketones, which are an alternative energy source for your brain and muscles. This transition into ketosis further reduces your dependence on glucose, helping lower blood sugar even faster. But the story doesn't end there. While your liver is busy breaking down glycogen, your muscle cells are also stepping up their game. During a dry fast, your muscle cells become more efficient at absorbing glucose from your bloodstream. This is important because high blood sugar happens when glucose stays in your blood instead of being used by your cells. When your muscle cells absorb glucose more effectively, it clears out the excess sugar in your blood, bringing your levels down quickly. So, let's recap what's happening step by step. The lack of water triggers mild dehydration, signaling your body to act. Hormones like glucagon and growth hormone are released. Glucagon tells your liver to break down glycogen and release glucose into your bloodstream, clearing out stored sugar. Growth hormone ramps up fat burning, shifting your body into ketosis. Muscle cells absorb glucose more efficiently, reducing excess sugar in your blood. The result? Your blood sugar drops rapidly, and your body switches into fat-burning mode. This dual action, clearing out stored glucose while burning fat for energy, is what makes dry fasting so powerful. Unlike other methods that might take hours or even days to show results, dry fasting delivers noticeable changes in a fraction of the time. Now, I know this might sound complicated if you're hearing it for the first time, but think of it like a domino effect. Once you remove food and water, your body responds with a series of actions that work together to stabilize your blood sugar and reset your metabolism. It's like hitting a reset button for your entire system. But here's the best part. This isn't just theory. Studies have shown that dry fasting improves metabolic health faster than water fasting or other traditional methods. For example, research has found that dry fasting increases insulin sensitivity, reduces inflammation, and promotes autophagy, a process where your body cleans out damaged cells and regenerates new ones. These benefits make dry fasting a triple threat against high blood sugar, weight gain, and chronic disease. Before we move on, ask yourself this. What would it feel like to wake up tomorrow with lower blood sugar, reduced cravings, and a metabolism that's working for you instead of against you? If you've ever struggled with energy crashes, stubborn weight gain, or the constant battle to control your blood sugar, this could be the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Stick around, because next, I'm going to share some precautions and tips to make sure you do this safely and effectively. Lowering blood sugar is just the beginning when it comes to the benefits of dry fasting. This powerful practice does so much more than stabilize glucose levels. It can transform your entire body and mind. If you've ever struggled with fatigue, brain fog, or chronic inflammation, this might be the solution you've been searching for. Let's dive into some of the other incredible benefits that make dry fasting stand out as a game changer for your health. One of the most significant advantages of dry fasting is its ability to improve insulin sensitivity. Insulin sensitivity refers to how well your cells respond to insulin. When your cells are resistant to insulin, they don't absorb glucose properly, leaving excess sugar floating around in your bloodstream. Over time, this leads to high blood sugar, weight gain, and an increased risk of diabetes. Dry fasting gives your pancreas a break from producing insulin, allowing your body to reset. As a result, your cells become more responsive to insulin, again, which helps regulate blood sugar naturally. Better insulin sensitivity means fewer cravings, more stable energy levels, and a reduced risk of metabolic diseases. Another major benefit of dry fasting is something called autophagy, a process where your body cleans out damaged or old cells and replaces them with new, healthy ones. Think of autophagy as your body's natural detox system. During a dry fast, the lack of food and water forces your body to recycle its resources, breaking down weak or dysfunctional cells to use their components for energy. This process not only clears out cellular junk but also promotes regeneration, helping your body heal and repair itself at a deeper level. Autophagy has been linked to anti-aging benefits, improved immune function, and even a lower risk of certain diseases like cancer. Dry fasting also has a profound impact on inflammation, one of the root causes of many chronic illnesses. Inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or infection, but when it becomes chronic, it can wreak havoc on your health. It's linked to conditions like heart disease, arthritis, and even depression. Studies have shown that dry fasting significantly reduces markers of inflammation in the body. By lowering inflammation, you're not just improving your physical health, you're also boosting your mental clarity and emotional well-being. Speaking of mental clarity, have you ever felt like your brain is stuck in a fog, struggling to focus or think clearly? Dry fasting can help with that too. When you're in a fasted state, especially during dry fasting, your body shifts into ketosis, where it starts burning fat for fuel instead of glucose. Ketones, the byproducts of fat metabolism, are an incredibly efficient energy source for your brain. Many people report feeling sharper, more focused, and mentally alert during and after a dry fast. It's like giving your brain a deep clean and a fresh start, allowing you to think more clearly and stay productive throughout the day. Beyond mental clarity, dry fasting also enhances your overall sense of well-being. People who practice dry fasting often describe feeling lighter, more energized, and emotionally balanced. Without the constant burden of digesting food or managing high blood sugar, your body gets a chance to rest and recharge. This can lead to better sleep, reduced stress, and a greater sense of calm. Imagine going through your day without the mid-afternoon energy crash or the overwhelming urge to snack on sugary treats. That's the kind of freedom dry fasting can offer. But before you get too excited and jump straight into dry fasting, there's something important I need to share. While dry fasting is incredibly effective, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution, and it requires careful planning to do it safely. There are specific precautions you need to take, especially if you're new to fasting or have underlying health conditions. For example, not everyone is suited for dry fasting, and jumping into it without proper guidance could lead to dehydration or other issues. Stick around because next, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to practice dry fasting safely. I'll share tips on how to prepare, how long to fast, and what to do afterward to ensure you get the maximum benefits without risking your health. Trust me, these details will make all the difference in your fasting journey. As powerful as dry fasting can be, it's not something you should jump into without understanding the precautions. While it offers incredible benefits, it's not for everyone, and doing it wrong could lead to more harm than good. So, before you get started, let's talk about who should avoid dry fasting, how beginners can ease into it safely, and some practical tips to make sure your experience is both effective and safe. First and foremost, dry fasting is not for everyone. Certain groups of people should avoid it altogether because their bodies simply aren't equipped to handle the stress of going without food or water. For example, pregnant or breastfeeding women need extra nutrients and hydration to support their own health and the health of their baby. Dry fasting during this time could put both mother and child at risk. Similarly, people with kidney problems or chronic illnesses, such as diabetes or heart disease, should steer clear of dry fasting unless they're under strict medical supervision. The lack of water and nutrients could worsen their condition or interfere with medications they might be taking. Even if you're generally healthy, it's important to start slow, especially if you're new to fasting. If you've never fasted before, jumping straight into a 24-hour or longer dry fast could overwhelm your body. Instead, begin with shorter fasts, like 12 to 16 hours, to see how your body responds. For example, you could try skipping dinner one night and then breaking your fast with breakfast the next morning. This gives your body a chance to adapt gradually without causing unnecessary stress. Once you feel comfortable with shorter fasts, you can slowly increase the duration, always paying attention to how you feel along the way. Now, let's talk about some tips for success that will help you stay safe and get the most out of your dry fasting experience. The first rule is to stay hydrated before and after your fast. Since dry fasting involves no water intake, it's crucial to make sure you're fully hydrated leading up to it. Drink plenty of water in the days and hours before starting your fast, and once you break the fast, rehydrate slowly to avoid shocking your system. Drinking too much water all at once after a dry fast can dilute your electrolytes, which could leave you feeling weak or dizzy. Instead, sip water gradually and consider adding a pinch of salt to replenish lost minerals. When it comes to breaking your fast, take it easy. Your digestive system has been on a break, so bombarding it with heavy, greasy, or sugary foods can cause discomfort, bloating, or even nausea. Instead, opt for light, nutrient-dense foods like bone broth, steamed vegetables, or a small serving of protein. These foods are gentle on your stomach while providing essential nutrients to help your body recover. Think of it like easing back into things after a long rest. Your body needs time to adjust. Another critical tip is to listen to your body. If you feel unwell during a dry fast, whether it's extreme fatigue, dizziness, or any other concerning symptoms, stop immediately. Fasting should challenge your body, but it shouldn't make you feel sick or miserable. Pushing through discomfort can do more harm than good, so always prioritize your health over sticking to a rigid schedule. Remember, fasting is a tool to improve your well-being, not something you should force yourself to endure at all costs. It's also worth mentioning that preparation plays a huge role in successful dry fasting. In the days leading up to your fast, focus on eating whole, unprocessed foods like lean proteins, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates. Avoid junk food, sugary snacks, and anything that could spike your blood sugar right before you start fasting. A clean diet sets the stage for a smoother fasting experience and helps minimize cravings or withdrawal symptoms. Lastly, don't forget to plan your environment and mindset. Fasting can be mentally challenging, especially if you're surrounded by distractions like social events or tempting food smells. Choose a time when you can focus on self-care, whether that's staying home, meditating, or engaging in relaxing activities like reading or journaling. Having a positive mindset and realistic expectations will go a long way in making your dry fasting journey successful. Dry fasting is a powerful practice, but it's not without its challenges. By understanding who should avoid it, starting slow, and following these safety tips, you can harness its benefits while minimizing risks. That said, there's still one question left unanswered. What happens if dry fasting isn't right for you? Don't worry. I'll share some alternative methods later in this video that can help you lower blood sugar and improve your health without fasting. But for now, keep these precautions in mind as we move forward. If dry fasting feels too intense or isn't a good fit for you right now, don't worry. There are plenty of other effective ways to lower your blood sugar and improve your health. These alternatives may not work as quickly as dry fasting, but they're still powerful tools that can make a big difference over time. Let's explore some simple, actionable strategies that you can start using today to take control of your blood sugar naturally. One of the easiest and most accessible methods is using apple cider vinegar after meals. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, which has been shown to slow down the spike in blood sugar that happens after eating carbs. Here's how it works. When you consume carbohydrates, they break down into glucose and enter your bloodstream, causing your blood sugar to rise. Acetic acid helps slow this process, giving your body more time to handle the glucose effectively. To use this method, simply mix about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar with a glass of water and drink it after a meal. It's a small change, but studies have shown it can reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by up to 34%. Plus, it's inexpensive and easy to incorporate into your daily routine. Another simple yet incredibly effective strategy is taking post-meal walks. You've probably heard that exercise is good for your health, but did you know that walking after meals can specifically target high blood sugar? When you walk, your muscles contract, which helps them absorb glucose from your bloodstream more efficiently. This reduces the amount of sugar floating around in your blood and prevents it from being stored as fat. Even a short 15 to 20-minute walk after a meal can make a noticeable difference. It's a low-effort way to stabilize your blood sugar while also boosting your energy levels and improving digestion. For those looking for a more targeted approach, certain supplements can help support healthy blood sugar levels. Two standout options are berberine and magnesium. Berberine is often referred to as a natural metformin because it works similarly to the diabetes medication by improving insulin sensitivity and lowering blood sugar. Magnesium, on the other hand, plays a key role in glucose metabolism. Many people with high blood sugar are deficient in magnesium, and supplementing with it can help improve insulin function and reduce inflammation. If you decide to try supplements, always start with a low dose and consult with a healthcare provider if you're unsure. Dietary changes are another cornerstone of managing blood sugar, and one nutrient that deserves special attention is potassium. Potassium is essential for moving glucose into your cells, where it can be used for energy. Without enough potassium, excess sugar stays in your bloodstream, signaling your pancreas to produce more insulin, a cycle that can lead to insulin resistance over time. Foods rich in potassium, like spinach, avocados, bananas, and sweet potatoes, are excellent choices for stabilizing blood sugar. Including these foods in your meals not only supports healthy glucose levels, but also provides other nutrients that benefit your overall health. In addition to these strategies, there are other lifestyle tweaks you can make to keep your blood sugar in check. For example, staying consistent with your meal timing can prevent large spikes and crashes. Eating smaller portions and focusing on balanced meals that combine protein, healthy fats, and fiber-rich carbs can also help regulate your blood sugar throughout the day. And don't underestimate the power of stress management. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, which can interfere with insulin function and contribute to high blood sugar. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, or yoga can go a long way in supporting your metabolic health. These alternative methods are great options for anyone who wants to lower their blood sugar without diving straight into dry fasting. They're practical, easy to implement, and backed by science. Whether it's sipping apple cider vinegar, going for a walk, or adding more potassium-rich foods to your plate, every small step adds up over time. That said, it's important to remember that while these strategies are effective, none of them work as quickly as dry fasting when done correctly. Dry fasting creates a unique environment in your body that accelerates processes like glycogen breakdown, fat burning, and insulin sensitivity, all at a much faster rate than any of these alternatives. But here's the good news. Even if dry, fasting isn't right for you right now. Combining these methods can still help you achieve steady progress toward better blood sugar control. Stick around, because next, I'll summarize everything we've covered and give you a clear roadmap to get started on your journey to healthier blood sugar levels. Let's quickly recap what we've covered today. High blood sugar is more than just a number. It's a serious issue that can lead to fatigue, weight gain, and even chronic diseases like diabetes if left unchecked. The good news is that there are ways to take control, and one method stands out above the rest: dry fasting. It lowers blood sugar faster than any other approach by forcing your body to use stored glucose, boosting fat burning, and improving insulin sensitivity, all while offering additional benefits like reduced inflammation and enhanced mental clarity. But remember, dry fasting isn't the only option. Simple strategies like taking apple cider vinegar after meals, going for post-meal walks, or incorporating potassium-rich foods can also make a big difference. The key is finding what works best for you and sticking with it. If you're curious about dry fasting, start small. Try a 12-16-hour fast and see how your body responds. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. What's your favorite way to manage blood sugar? I'd love to hear from you. Before you go, here's a little teaser for you. In my next video, I'll reveal the top signs your blood sugar is out of control and exactly what you can do to fix it. If you don't want to miss that, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're the first to know when it drops. Thanks for watching, and remember, small changes today can lead to big results tomorrow.